Hey, hey, hey. How is everyone? Hi, it's Cherie Griffith Dunn, aka Six Figure Chick with Six Kids. How's it going? Just finished doing the taping of the Six Figure Chick podcast. Had an amazing guest on. You definitely want to head over to YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe so that you don't miss another podcast because it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. So haven't been around for a while. Been dealing with some things going on personally, and so I wanted to kind of bring it to you tonight because I wanted to make sure I'm not alone, and that there were other people out there who were perhaps going through some of the same things that I've been experiencing. Um, the pandemic has really been a tumultuous year for a lot of us. We've all dealt with it in our own way. We've, tried to make it work as best we could with our families being home and working from home and not getting out and socializing and having this deadly disease out there that's preventing us from being able to live our normal life. And someone like me, I didn't think that it really affected me. I thought that I was handling everything. So I don't know if you're like me, but I'm a person who takes pride in having it all together. But there comes a time when you no longer have it all together, and you have to ask yourself, well, where do you go from here? Especially when you're not used to not having it all together. And what ended up happening is my body started to react. And I don't know if anyone has experienced this, where I began to really start to have panic attacks when I was around people, started to feel anxious, breathing was very shallow, heart racing, and I didn't know why. I didn't know what it was about. Um, I pride myself as being someone who's in control, got it all together. But when that hit me, I kind of fell apart. First, I was in denial, right? That was the first key, was being in denial about having these feelings and about what was going on with me because I didn't want to know the truth. How many of us want to say, oh, hi, I'm Sheree Griffith Dunn. I suffer from anxiety and panic attacks? Not many, right? So I didn't want to add that as a label to who I am. So I beefed up my exercise, changed my diet, trying to think that all these things would work, and it just didn't. So I ended up seeing my doctor, and my doctor, when she finally said, yeah, you're having anxiety, and here's some different things you can do to work on that. And it's all the things that right? It's all the things that I knew I should have did. Meditate. Yeah, I was meditating, sure. Breathing deep, of course, was doing that. But just wasn't doing it in the right mindset. So I don't know if you guys have ever experienced where you go, I'm doing all of that stuff. You're telling me to do this, I'm doing it. But nothing seems to happen. And a lot of that is because we're not in the right mindset when we're doing it. So I had to learn how to surrender and to release my fears and to release my control and just go with it. And once I did, I really started to become okay with the anxiety and really begin to try to understand where it was coming from so that I could isolate that situation and work on it, right? But the one thing that I realized during this time that was happening to me was I started to experience Sunday night blues. I don't even know if you guys know what that is. I didn't even think it was a real thing until I had to ask. It's a real thing, you guys. Sunday night blues is when you start to feel anxious, sadness, and you're dreading the going to work on Monday because you have so many things that you have to get done. You don't even want to cook because you're like, I don't even have enough time because I need to get into bed. I need to rest for the next day. The kids are anxious. You got to get them all situated. And so I've been experiencing this for some time and didn't really understand what it was. I just kind of felt like it was just, oh gosh, another stinking Sunday. Let's prepare for Monday. But it's a real thing, you guys. And um, the one thing, I don't know if you guys feel that way, type in chat if you feel that way when Sunday comes. You start to feel like laundry can't get done fast enough for the week. Oh my goodness. What if you didn't order groceries? Your whole week is shot, right? Just thinking about all those different things that you have to do on that particular day was just mind blowing to me. And it was giving me more anxiety. And I wanted to just stay in the bed all day. I didn't want to do anything because if I'm in the bed, then I'm resting, right? But the one thing I realized is that my body might be resting, but my brain is still moving. It's still going a mile a minute. It's still racing. And it didn't turn off those feelings of being anxious and feeling dread about going to work. And the interesting thing is when I read about this, 78% of Americans, or people, I should say, because I'm sure abroad they feel this way as well, felt this way. 78% of people feel that way. So let me know if you're one of them, because I know I'm a part of that. But the thing is that it's not as if I don't like what happens on Monday. It's not as if I don't like my job on Monday or what my responsibilities are. It's just that I ended up getting into this pattern of rushing everything on Sunday and just feeling like I just don't have enough time to get my rest in that I need. So when I started doing some more research about this, I said, how can I help myself first, right? We always help ourselves. We put our mask on first, then we help others. A lot of it has to do with just kind of changing my schedule around. So yeah, that took work, right? Because how many people are going, I try to change my schedule, but I still get backed up. And so I kind of gave myself a grace period of about 2 weeks and said, okay, I'm going to try to change what I now do on Saturday. And so that way, so that Sunday, I could take it easy. I have less things to do. The kids don't feel as anxious as I do either. So what I did was I started using my Saturday morning still as if I was getting up and going to work, right? 7 a.m. up doing things, doing the little things. You could throw a little laundry in, order the groceries, doing the things that I would save for the last minute or save for Sunday to do. I had to begin to break that habit of doing that. And, of course, some things just come up, right? Our Saturdays are busy. You have a lot of different things. And so some weeks, because my Saturdays are so busy, I have to put all that stuff back on Sunday. And that's when I realized that I was feeling this anxiousness and about Sunday night blues. So you can, so a few things that I realized that I had to do was, one, become aware of this type of situation. Become aware that this is happening to me. I said, all right, it's happening. What next? Once you realize that it's happening to you, decide if you want to do something about it. Because you may not care. You may just feel like this is the way that it is. You don't want to change. You're too old, or this is how it's been. And, you're happy with it. So that's fine. Don't do anything with it. Then you're done. Step 3 would be, if you decide you want to do something about it, then you have to get serious about your schedule. So then that way, you're not cramming everything in on Sunday. So even one of the things that I added in was cook earlier. So that way I could have more fun in the evening. Or like for me on Sundays, I record my podcast. And so once I finish, I won't feel as rushed to get everything else done because it's already done. Ordering groceries earlier, ordering them on Saturday instead of Sunday so that they can get delivered, making sure that the menu is set for the week for what we're going to eat, where the kids are going to be for the week, looking at my schedule. What does my schedule look like for the week? Is it busy or is it moderate? Is it okay? Just making some small changes really help. The other thing too is exercising. So instead of exercising at your normal time on Sunday, if you do exercise, you could begin to exercise once you get this feeling. So usually you'll get it either, like I've been getting it around 12 p.m., which is weird. So you could get it at any time during the day. Sometimes even at 5 p.m., your heart starts to race, your brain starts to race. You start to begin to think about all these things that you have to do that you haven't done yet. Go ahead and just take 15 minutes and just exercise. And what that's going to do is it's really going to give you some of those happy endorphins that you need so that you can begin to breathe in that happiness, take some deep breaths, and it's going to allow you to continue your day. At least you won't have that sadness and that anxiousness with you as you begin to get into your evening. Another thing is having an evening routine after 7 p.m. So start to wind down. If it's having, a talk with your children, reading a book, or if you're taking a nice bath, using chamomile oils or teas and things that's going to help calm you down so that your brain can begin to, turn off and you can begin to relax. Now, I'm not saying that this is foolproof and that it's going to completely take away that feeling, but it's definitely a start so that you can have your best foot on Monday. That way, Monday doesn't feel like, oh my gosh, I'm tired. I can't believe it's Monday already. I'm not ready for whatever is going to take place. At least you feel rested and you'll be able to handle whatever happens, through the day. So I hope that this helps. And next week we can dive in a little deeper. So I figured I'd go through this journey with you guys on this Sunday Night Blues. And I really, would love to talk to you. So if you're someone who just uncovered that, holy cow, that's me, I feel that way, I'd love to interview you, have you on, talk to you and really uncover this. We want to unpack what really goes along with feeling this way, right? Because it's not only about changing and doing some of these routines, it's about how do you feel after. And I'll tell you, it's only been 2 weeks, so I still feel a little anxious. So it's going to take some time, right, to get to that feeling where it sinks in and it begins to work for myself, and it will work for you. So I really hope that this has blessed you, and that if you are suffering from Sunday night blues, go ahead and shoot me a private message, text in the chat, let me know. I'd love to be there to support you through your journey as I'm going through my journey as we work together. And please go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, as well as go to Instagram at Cherie Griffith Dunn. And you can also find me on LinkedIn, and I have some really great things going on. So you might be interested in some additional things that I'm doing. So bye for now. Have an amazing evening. Thank you for being here.